I got the moves. I got the moves. I'm making moves. You gotta move. You gotta make the city move. Like, whoa. I make the city move. I got the move.
In today's video, I will be predicting the Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors Western Conference Finals series, each team's strengths and weaknesses, who needs to step up, the key to success, every little detail. If you guys enjoy the video and are new, subscribe for more NBA content. But with that being said, let's take a look at this conference finals matchup. The Houston Rockets just came off a dominant series win, where they easily won against the Utah Jazz. Though the Jazz put up a bit of a fight in a couple of the games, the team led by a rookie were no match for James Harden Chris Paul's star power. The Rockets were able to do what the Thunder could not, shutting down Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell only averaged around 18 points for the series, which is still great, but was nothing compared to his numbers in the OKC series. Harden and Paul were dominant in this series, both putting up outstanding numbers, and the two had a 40-point game each. The Golden State Warriors also came off a dominant series win, winning in 5 games against the New Orleans Pelicans. With the return of Steph Curry, the Warriors cruised to victory. Steph Curry played exceptionally in his return, and so did Durant, both averaging over 25 points in the series. The strengths and weaknesses for the Rockets I've already mentioned in my last 2 series prediction videos, but I'll recap them again. The Houston Rockets' 2 big strengths are offense and playmaking, which I believe is pretty obvious. Throughout this year and the playoffs, Houston has dominated opponents on offense, and I expect this trend to continue. The Rockets' big weakness though is turnovers, especially from their stars. They need to control these because the Warriors have a pretty decent defense, and them stuffing up and giving up valuable possessions could decide the series. But what are the strengths and weaknesses though for Golden State? Well, the first strength is an obvious one: shooting. Ever since Golden State drafted Steph Curry, the team has been one of the most explosive and accurate offenses in the NBA. Golden State are basically the only rival to Houston's three-point machine, so this series is going to be amazing to watch the two teams battle it out, 3 for 3. The next strength for Golden State is passing. The big difference in the series is probably going to be passing. Golden State lead the league in passing, while Houston are last. Golden State will need to make accurate passes too, because Houston have a top 5 defense in the league right now, but if they make the right one at the right time, then that could be a big deciding factor in this matchup. But every team has a weakness. So what is it for Golden State? In my opinion, it has to be rebounding. Golden State have very accurate shooters, but not the greatest big men that can fight for the boards. Zaza Pachulia is especially soft, and I think that explains why he's been sent out of their rotation. Anyway, Golden State need to get their rebounding on this series, or at least hope a lot of their shots go in, because otherwise, Houston is probably going to run over them. So those are the strengths and weaknesses for each team. But then there is always a player in every playoff series that needs to step up and dominate, because otherwise, the team may lose. So, who is it for each team? For Houston, it's the bench in general. Against the Jazz, specifically Game 2 and 5, the bench played very poorly for the Rockets. The Jazz simply plowed and crushed Houston's bench in Game 2, and when Chris Paul and James Harden came off in Game 5, the Jazz had a surging 12-0 run. Chris Paul came back in and dropped 41 points, 20 in the final quarter, for the Rockets to end up clinching the series. But if CP3 hadn't showed up that game, I don't know what could have happened, but there was a chance it wouldn't have been very good. So to put simply, the bench need to be very consistent against the Warriors, as they have a very deep bench that can take over at any given moment. For the Warriors, the player that needs to step up is Stephen Curry. Now don't take this as a bad thing. For someone coming off an injury, he's putting up great numbers, but he needs to consistently maintain these numbers. The Rockets have proven to be a deadly team against the Warriors and are out to defeat them. They won 2 of the 3 regular season games. Curry needs to play a big role in taking down Houston. KD can't do it all, neither can Clay and Draymond. If Curry remains healthy and plays at the level he is right now, then there is no way I can't see them winning. The final thing I want to talk about before getting onto my final prediction is the key to success. For the Rockets, it's their defense. If the Warriors hit their shots and get a good lead, they are very hard to stop. Houston and its players need to give 150% on defense, because if they don't, this series is over. They need to lock down on everyone, get in their face, swipe at every opportunity, dive on every loose ball. Anything and everything, it could get them the win. For the Warriors, it's for them to star on offense. If they can hit their shots, fire up and unleash, I have no doubt in my mind that this team can be the NBA champions. If they don't hit their shots, then as I mentioned, they have a pretty bad rebounding team, so Houston will dominate in that aspect and potentially run them over. If Golden State can make their shots fall in 4 games, then that'll be one of the big factors in this series and probably get them the victory. Now for my final prediction. I know I've said in this video a lot of factors that could decide the series or be the key, but these 2 things I'm about to say will determine the outcome of this matchup. The factors are Steph Curry's health and Houston's determination to win. If Steph Curry stays healthy, puts up numbers he did against the New Orleans Pelicans, then the Warriors will win. But Houston have said all year that their goal is to beat the Warriors, and if this determination comes through, then Houston will win. It's really as simple as that. But who will win? In my opinion, no matter how much I love Houston, no matter how much I want them to win, the Warriors are winning this in 7. Curry's proved to me he can play at a high level after his injury, and coming into the playoffs, I wasn't sure he would. But after that Pelican series, he really showed he can lift this team to the finals again. This is not to say the Rockets will go down without a fight though. Their efforts and determination will push this series to the wire, but the star power of Golden State will end any hope of the Houston getting through. I hate to say it, but Golden State look too good right now. But what do you guys think? Who will win, Golden State or Houston? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe. But with that being said, I am out. Peace.
I admit it, another hoe got me finished. Bro,